Lately, we had Fair Zaman Mela, a literature festival in Lahore, Pakistan. To this literary gathering, among the invitees, we are honored by some dignitaries across the border as well. And indeed, the most famous name, one of them, is Mr. Javed Akhtar. Recently, while sitting on the stage talking to the host, he expressed some political views on this occasion, which created a big uproar in Pakistan, particularly among these film fraternity or the actors and actors, and that was for me. I would say maybe we mistook the things because when we just look at the personality of Mr. Javed Akhtar, and we have to look at him in entirety. You just can't pick a single word or a phrase out of the context. So while talking to or expressing your views on anything, you must take it as an entirety, with the reference to the context. So when Mr. Javed Akhtar is in India, because he's an Indian, everybody knows about that, frequently he has to face this blame and this uproar from that populace as well, that okay, you should quit India, leave India and cross the border towards Pakistan because you talk about Pakistan more than you talk about India. So he faces these types of the rhetorics from Indian side as well. If he discussed anything like this, actually this must be taken with the reference to the context of the conversation or the aim or the point actually he wanted to establish. So there is no doubt, what I personally think, there's no doubt that some mistrust and misunderstandings are between these two nations, two neighboring countries. I mean, India and Pakistan. Indeed, they are there. Everybody among us knows it. And all over the world, our border is among the flashpoints of the world. We had Kashmir issue, and other than that, infiltrations inside the borders. Indians blame us for their infiltrations, and definitely we blame them for their infiltrations. And we just recently we had some sordid affairs and some unfortunate incidents like the Air Force invade by India side, whatever. But what he wanted to say, actually, what I took it myself was that he wanted to mitigate these differences, because he said that, okay, if you just look on your side, you will find those people who created some catastrophic things over there on Indian side, and definitely we have a lot of problems here. The people who have just a political know-how or the sense, or just they are in touch with these scenarios politically, they know better. Still, what I would say is we should not just give this type of the reaction towards him, because he's definitely is personally not against Pakistan. He's not against the people of Pakistan. And on the other hand, if you just take him as such bold as to say you these things while sitting on your platform, while sitting and facing the population of Pakistan and the intellectuals of Pakistan were just sitting in front of him. So if he can say like this here, he also says the same things back in his own country. The only reason behind him is to mitigate all these political problems, the border issues, so that the populace should be brought together, and there should be a lot more interaction. As he just discussed that you didn't care about conducting or hosting any event for Lataji, but they really welcomed our many times they welcomed our this artist fraternity over there, and many of our artists, they earned their fame, they earned their money from India, and still they enjoy the same fame here in Pakistan as well. I'm personally not going into the favor of the India or into the favor of the Pakistan politically, because I am of the view that we should have a very cordial relationships with our neighboring countries, because the world today is facing certain problems that where if you, I'm talking on both of the sides, if you keep your border clashes alive, you would kill your nations. On both of the sides, on the side of on the Indian side and on Pakistani side as well. What I mean to say is, so our particularly most of our actors and actresses, they just they blatantly tweeted on, they can do because what they feel or what they think, they reacted accordingly. Yet the important thing is, for example, say if just they invite them by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow to come over there to act in their films or give them the chance at their platform, all these people will love to go there. We have seen in the past, and definitely it will happen in the future. And as we know that there are no borders for arts and literature, there's no border for music. Here in Pakistan and all over the world, the people enjoy the music of the world, they enjoy the films of the world, they enjoy the dramas of the world. The literature belongs to human beings, it doesn't belong to the borders, or you cannot confine it within the limits of the borders, or you just cannot describe it to a particular nation or a country. Therefore, while talking about a personality of this sort of man, we should not do injustice to him, and we shouldn't take him or consider him as against Pakistan. He is not Pakistan. I'm not his spokesperson. I'm just expressing my feelings, what I just heard, because I was also hearing him, and I again heard him carefully after watching this uproar. And just we are creating something only in a teacup, and the cup of the tea is very important. We know because lately we had some very bad and unfortunate incidents wherein no doubt we presented a cup of tea also to the Indian pilots. Everybody knows it in the world even now. Still, what our insight should be towards the mutual understandings and towards the peace of the world, towards the peace between India and Pakistan, and that peace will bring everything. It will bring forth the results. Otherwise, if we just bound ourselves within the boundaries of the nations or within the boundaries of the countries, will have to face these types of the ramifications that we've been already facing. Even within Pakistan, we are facing a lot of problems. So while talking about a personality like this, at least we should be careful while expressing. Do not do injustice to anybody just out of your personal political whims or maybe your personal anger behind that, because in Pakistan we also know the patriotism, how much patriotism do you show towards Pakistan while living inside Pakistan. We know that, everybody knows that. So please do not target a personality that visited you, and we gave him the honor and he responded back in the same way, but he has the courage enough to say the same things, to say the bold things in front of us that he can say in front of everybody back there in India as well. That's what I just wanted to share with you guys. Thank you very much for your time.